Alright. Hey everybody, it's Mitch from K9 Healing. I'm going to be filming Maddie, this is our little boxer here, her first real training session since she's been here. She got here about, I don't know, maybe 48 hours ago. And, you know, I've just spent time getting to know her, you know, running her quite a bit, letting her have a lot of fun. And now it's time to really start her training. She's a very hyper dog, and she's got like heavy leash pulling, can't settle down in the crate. She barks a lot, and it's been hard, but we haven't corrected it at all. We've been trying to just let her kind of learn that it's not going to work and it's not going to get her out, but that hasn't worked either. So tons of barking in the crate, tons of leash pulling, super hyperactivity around other dogs. And this is really her first formal training session. So I've got her on a flat collar. As you can see right there, it's her pink flat collar. Now she also has a training collar on as well. She's been wearing that training collar for 2 days, but I've never hooked to it. Alright, so she really doesn't care that it's there, have any idea of what it is. But I am going to start using it for the first time today. So when I start this session, I've got the dog leashed. The first thing I'm going to really teach her is that she doesn't move forward just because that door opens. So if she tries to come out right now, I'm going to close the door like that. Okay? And I don't have to give her any verbal commands here. I just want her to learn, you know, I'm using the door to teach her that she can't just come out on her own or come out when the door opens up. Very good. Now, when I get more like this, the dog's actually a little attentive to me, kind of looking at me for the next step. Now's when I'll invite her out, and I'll use the command, let's go. Alright, so we'll do it one more time. Maddie, let's go. Good. Good. Alright, as we make our way to the main training set, you know, the main training area, I'm not going to let her do a lot of pulling, okay? I'm going to use the leash a little bit. What you'll see is that she's really resistant. She doesn't care. And this is probably something a lot of people face. That the dog, I call it, they've developed a hard neck. So pulling on the flat collar doesn't bother her. She's used to it. There's no consequence to that behavior. Even though that can be potentially damaging to the dog because it's constant pressure on her throat and stuff. Now, with a dog like this, she's very strong, she's very compact, so she puts a lot of force when she's trying to pull. So I'm going to do my best as we get out there not to have any leash pressure, so I'll kind of stop her and move a little bit more. Okay, we got some distraction training here, we're doing with another dog, so good. Alright, next doorway. I'm going to open the door, I'm going to stop her right there. Just like we were with the crate. I'm going to teach her that as this door opens, she can't just bolt out. Better. Better, Maddie. I'm going to give myself a little more space so I can get in here. Now, there's another dog out in the training center, which is in a crate, and she heard little Twix, so that's why she got even a little more excited. But in a couple minutes, what you'll see is she'll just learn that just because that door opens, she can't walk through. Hey, Maddie. Much better. Nope. Okay. The reason this takes a little bit of time, and relatively speaking, that's a pretty short amount of time, but she's in such a habit of a door opening and she gets to fly through. She's been doing that, the dog's 8 months old. I'm assuming she's been doing that for about 6 months straight. So we're kind of reintroducing how to go through a doorway. Good. Maddie, let's go. Good. Okay, come on out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch her over to the training collar now, and we'll get to see how she responds to it, see how she acts, and I'm basically going to start teaching the dog a better way to get around, and she's she's actually going to learn that there's a little bit of a consequence now for pulling on the leash so much. All right, so you stay on the dog here for me, Lindsay, and as we start moving, when she hits the end of the leash, all I'm going to do is put a little pressure this way. Good. And then what you get to see is I get to use a very light touch. Good. All I'm going to ask for at this stage is that the dog not pull on the leash. There we go. And check in with me a little bit more. Good. Maddie? Good. Good girl. Little pressure, pressure goes off. Good. Very good. Oh, we even get a sit. Very nice. I'm not going to gush all over the dog. I'll say, Maddie, good. Good. All right, so as I start adding a little movement here, she's going to learn that when she hits the end of the leash, she doesn't like the sensation. Now look, I'm using 2 fingers now. I don't mind if she sniffs around a little bit. If you want to stay in the central spot, I'll kind of keep circling around. Good. So what I'm doing is teaching the dog, if she goes too far away from me, it's a little bit uncomfortable. When she comes to me, good. Pressure goes off, and she gets it good. 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 Little pressure. Good. All right. At this stage, what we're teaching the dog is the concept of pressure on, pressure off. So pressure goes on when she gets too far away. When she comes back, the pressure goes off. Good. So what I'm actually teaching her is that she can control if she gets that sensation or not. Pressure on, pressure off. Good. She did it herself that time. Good. Pressure on, pressure off. Excellent. Good girl. Good girl. Follow me. That's the new relationship that I'm building. She's never had that before. She's always been pulling, running, bolting, and then someone's been on the other end of the leash just kind of getting dragged along. So now, this is a new concept for Maddie, which is to follow me, so I can start moving around where I want to go, and I can communicate very lightly with her. That's good. We're going to go this way. Good girl. Pressure on, pressure off. Good. Very nice. Okay, we're going to start teaching her. Now I've got a little bit more tuned, she's a little bit more tuned into me. Good. Give her a little affection. She's doing good. All right. I'm going to start teaching her our first behavior that we're going to turn into an obedience command, which is the place command. I'm going to nice and calmly introduce her to this bed. Good girl. Good, that's your place. Let's go. Good. Good. Maddie, place. Good. Good. Let's go. Very good. Pressure on. Maddie, place. Let's go. Good. Good. Maddie, place. Good. Very good. All right, you're starting to see a much calmer dog. Just in maybe, 10 minutes? And she's, I got the garage door open, so there's outside world is right there. We've actually got another dog right there. and you start to see her making some better decisions on her own. Very, very good. Now, when I give her affection here, I don't want to get her super excited, so I'm going to take my glove off. I'm going to just give her just a slight little, maybe like a little good. Good girl. Mark it with my voice, not so much touching. Good. We'll do one more, and then that's going to be the end of the video. All right. Maddie, let's go. Good. Good. Little pressure on, pressure off. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Yes, Maddie, place. Good girl. Place. Good. Good. Good girl. Alright, come in tight here, Lindsay. There's one thing. One of the things I want everyone to take away from this video, if you're going to use any type of training equipment, whether it's a head halty, a gentle leader, a walking harness, a prong collar, a remote training collar, any type of equipment, I always recommend allowing the dog to wear it for a few days to get used to it and to forget that it's there. Okay, I don't want to put a piece of equipment on the dog and start using it immediately, because the dog will then associate that equipment with a particular behavior. What you end up getting is a dog that has a separate set of behaviors when they're wearing their training equipment. To her, this is just another thing, this is just another necklace. So I gave her 3 days, 2 or 3 days with that on without ever using it. That way when we go away from it, when we don't need the training equipment anymore, the dog will have the same set of behaviors the whole way through. Okay, I hope this was helpful. We got a really nice dog, but very energetic. I think a lot of people can relate to having this type of dog. So stay tuned for more stuff with her, and have a good day.